10 kinds of funding any startup can get. What can a startup do? Fortunately, there are options. Any startup can get many of these. The idea is to play to your strengths and the company's strengths. There is funding to match. Accounts receivable financing. Use your outstanding account receivables for financing. Get as much as 80% of receivables advanced ongoing in less than 24 hours. Remainder of the accounts receivable is released once the invoice is paid in full. Closing takes 2 weeks or less. Factor rates as low as 1.33%. You can get an accounts receivable credit line with rates of less than 1% with no consumer credit requirement. Receivables should be with the government or another business. If you also have purchase orders, then you can get financing to have those filled. You won't need to use your cash flow to do so. Inventory financing. Use your existing inventory as collateral for business financing. You'll need inventory valued at $500,000 or more. You can get approved for a line of credit for 50% of inventory value. Rates are usually 5 to 15% depending on the type of inventory. Funding within 3 weeks or less. Inventory loans. The minimum inventory loan amount is $150,000. The general loan to value, or cost, is 50%, so inventory value would have to be $300,000 or more. It can't be lumped together inventory like office equipment. Equipment financing. Get financing to buy or lease new equipment. Use your first and last month's payments to be approved. Rates vary widely based on risk factors. You can be approved with an average credit score of 650 or better. The lender will undervalue equipment by perhaps up to 50%. This is on major equipment only. Lender won't combine a lot of small equipment. You can get loans up to $2 million. Equipment sale or leaseback. If you already own your equipment free and clear, you can use that as collateral for financing. You can sell the equipment to a lender for cash. You then lease it back from them. You need at least one larger piece of higher value equipment to qualify. Funding in as little as 3 weeks. Other collateral can also be used. Investors looking to buy and flip properties can get financing. They must also have cash, experience, and average credit or better. You can get financing against commercial real estate. Insurance agents can get book of business financing. Business credit. Business credit is useful at every stage of your business. It should be your goal to build business credit, even if you can get funding elsewhere. Business credit will help your company for years to come. Business credit is credit linked to your EIN and not your Social Security number. The credit is available without a personal guarantee. It is available regardless of personal credit. You can get business credit immediately, even as a startup. Business credit is the only way to get money for a business when you don't have collateral, cash flow, good personal credit, or a guarantor. There are numerous business credit benefits. Anyone can pull business credit reports. You need business credit to get loans. Get high limit accounts quickly. You don't need a personal guarantee or credit check. This is one of the fastest ways to get money beyond immediate funding. Start with vendor credit. Work with vendors that sell what you use all the time. Make sure the vendors report to the CRAs. Not all vendors report. Get credit for your regular purchases, like office supplies and coffee. These vendors report to the business CRAs within 60 days. They help you build your business credit profile and score. Then move on to store credit. After 60 days, you can then get higher limit, often $2,500 to $10,000 revolving store accounts. These are at many major stores like Dell, Amazon, Walmart, BP, Chevron, Best Buy, and others. As you continue to apply, you get even more credit at more stores with higher limits. Use this credit to buy what you need to fund your business. Then, build fleet credit. After you have a total of 10 accounts reporting, you can start to get fleet credit. This is with higher limits. Use at a multitude of sources. Used to maintain and repair vehicles. Next, build cash credit. This is from places like Visa and MasterCard. A history of handling business credit responsibly pays off here. Keep your social security number off these applications. Use your employment identification number instead. You usually need to have 14 or more accounts reporting. There can be time and business requirements. There can also be minimum paydex score requirements. SBA startup loans. You usually need some time in business. The most popular SBA loan for working capital is the 7A. Get approved for up to $750,000. Rates are often 2 to 4% above prime rate. Everyone with more than 20% ownership must provide a personal guarantee. Good consumer credit is required. Low documentation programs are available. 7M is the SBA microloan program. There are loans for up to $35,000 for working capital and growth. Average loan amounts are about $10,000. Funds come directly from the SBA. This is unlike the 7A, where the funds come from the bank. Crowdfunding. It works best when donors can personally connect with a product or service. Except for an Indiegogo flexible funding option, all platforms give you $0 if you don't meet your goal. All crowdfunding platforms take a percentage. Crowdfunding platforms push you to deliver on your product or service. Donors can suffer from donor fatigue. A good, well-written, and eye-catching pitch is essential. Managing a crowdfunding campaign can be a full-time job. You will do best when you line up your bigger investors beforehand. Get them to donate on the first or last days of the campaign. You need to provide perks for donation levels. Virtual perks like downloads are easier to manage than physical perks. More startup loans. Try AngelPad for web technology entrepreneurs. Go to BeatSpring for up to $20,000 in startup funding. Work with First Round Capital for investments in the millions. Go to Jumpstart Foundry for $15,000. Or try Launch, which awards $500,000 per competition. Check your alma mater. They may have something. Or try federal grants. They generally do not have to be paid back. For urban projects, try HUD, Housing and Urban Development. For rural projects, try the USDA, Department of Agriculture. Federal funding means paperwork. Fill it out completely and correctly to be considered at all. You generally have to show experience in what you are proposing. Another consideration is state and local grants. Your local government also provides grants. Find them at www.grantwatch.com, but also try your city and state's websites. They are often less restrictive than federal grants. Show you will help the community. See if you can partner with a local business. Let's recap. A startup usually can't get a conventional loan, but there are several other types of financing they can get. Try unsecured financing or credit cards, or secure a loan with collateral. Use securities, a 401k, or accounts receivable as collateral. Inventory and equipment can also serve as collateral. Build business credit because it will help your company for years to come. More options are SBA startup loans and crowdfunding if you have a product which will get donors excited. There are more startup loans, sometimes from VC companies. Also check your alma mater and consider trying for government grants. Contact us today to learn more about 10 kinds of funding any startup can get.